Hi, this is Tube. Today on Hunter Colour Wild, it's that big day we've all been waiting for. The winter update is here, that's right, and all the DLCs, December the 3rd, it's all out now. And we're here to talk about the winter update and what's included in the winter update. So let's get straight into it and the patch notes and what's been added, fixed with the Hunter Colour Wild and all the tweaks. And I can't wait to get into it because there's a lot to cover. So I'm going to be doing a bit of hunting at Salvesen Park. First, I'm going to be hunting some raccoon dogs. Then we maybe go at night for some foxes or whatever we can find. So let's get into this winter update and let's see what's included. So, winter update patch notes. New content. There's 5 new multi-mounts for the Trophy Lodge. Partners in Crime, created by 2 red foxes. We've got the Flying Feast, which is created with a red fox and a ringneck pheasant. We've got Landlubber Lineup, which is created from a black grouse, ringneck pheasant, grey-leg goose and a tundra bean goose. We've got the 3 ducketeers. This is created with a Eurasian widgeon, a gadwall duck and a ferruginous duck. Duck Out requires all 7 ducks, a Eurasian teal, Eurasian widgeon, a ferruginous duck, a gadwall duck, golden eye, mallard and tufted duck. Hunt Club Beta has been upgraded to challenges, that's what it's called now. Players can now select daily and weekly challenges to pursue from a selection of various options. The options will include both hunting and photography challenges. Sounds interesting. We've also got 2 new great ones have entered the wilderness. A red fox, there's 9 variations of the red fox great one. And the ringneck pheasant, which has got 8 variations of the great one pheasant. Which one will you be going for first? Let me know in the comments. Next we've got improvements. So let's start at animals. Red foxes received a few improvements in this patch. Their animations were completely overhauled and behaviours got slightly adjusted. Their populations in the existing reserves have been reset. European rabbits have been remastered. Their populations in the existing reserves have been reset. Cinnamon teals have been remastered. Flight and landing characteristics for birds have been updated for more realistic hunting experience. Birds should more consistently land near decoys now. Waterfowl should have more realistic reactions to different situations. Upland birds should more consistently try to hide, and birds flushing should now have a chance to flee in any direction. The grounded check on upland birds should be more accurate when the birds are close to the ground or landing but not yet on the ground. That's a big change. Black grouse, tufted duck, Eurasian widgeon, Eurasian teal, cinnamon teal and red fox audio have been improved. We've added minor improvements to animations and x-ray models for multiple older species. Furs on axis deer, black bucks, fallow deer and reindeer got improved, which is good. The dog's command wheel has been completely redone with nested menus that allow for the pointer and expert hunting dog commands to be fully integrated into the UI. We've improved the dog's animations so it looks more at their owner. We've upgraded the dog's status UI to pulse when the dog's status changes if the player hasn't given a command. It is now easier to see the dog's outline when it's hidden behind various obstacles. Now onto UI. When accessing the storage menu, the following changes have been made to improve navigation. Only the weapons category will be open by default. Only one category of item, for example weapons, sights, etc. can be opened at a time. Opening a category will close any other open categories. It works really well. You've got to give it a try. A new tooltip feature has been added for hunting pressure. Now when you hover your cursor over the hunting pressure area of the map, a tooltip will appear showing the current level of hunting pressure and explaining the effects, which is very useful. Now on to bug fixes. Everyone loves this. Gameplay. We fixed an issue with birdshot rounds only showing a single trajectory trace on the x-ray screen. An issue where players would make less noise if they started aiming while sprinting than when they was aiming while walking got fixed. Now onto equipment. The default reticle on the Goshawk Red-Eye 2x4x20 handgun scope has been reverted to the original one. The sight picture with the Ascent 1x4x24 scope on the FL Sporter rifle has been adjusted to be more similar to other rifles with that scope. We improved various shotgun animations. An issue where several scope preview images were flipped horizontally in the storage menu was addressed. We fixed an issue that could cause Picatinny rails to show up on weapons where they weren't supposed to. We fixed an issue that could cause duck callers not to work under certain conditions. Animals. The need zone markers on the map will now persist even after one of the animals linked to the need zone is killed, as long as there is still others known living animals associated with that same need zone. Aggressive animals should no longer get stuck while attacking nearby players. Waterfowl should be a bit less vocal while flying. Animals should not get stuck next to rivers as often. This was pretty common in Quattro Colinas. The neck of the puma no longer shrinks while performing the smelling animation. An issue where grey wolves would react oddly when shot while drinking was fixed. We fixed some issues with the female nilgai. Resolved a problem where animals could get trapped if they couldn't find a path to escape while fleeing. Some visual issues with the wings of the grey-lag goose were fixed. Killing waterfowl creates significantly less hunting pressure than before. We fixed a model issue with the male banteng. An issue where the tiger's face didn't consistently show the correct wrinkle textures was fixed. Certain animals will no longer move incorrectly when standing up after being spooked. On to dogs. An issue where a retriever could not find harvest that was shot after it was sent to retrieve them was fixed. Dogs should finally appear on their beds in the late trophy cabin on PlayStation. Petting your dog in the trophy lodge should now look a bit better. We fixed an issue where retrieving costs more focused than intended. Dogs will no longer spawn too far away from tower outposts in Emerald Coast, Australia. We fixed an issue where dogs will not follow the player when they used a boat. Resolved several animation problems observed when a player was seen interacting with their dog in multiplayer. An issue where the dog's status bar would flicker while using binoculars was addressed. Jackrabbit should now look more accurate when being carried by the retriever. The dog will now be more attentive when predators are nearby, even if told to lay down. Dogs will no longer pant excessively after retrieving a harvest. Resolved a problem where the dog command wheel would become unresponsive after switching to hunting reserves if the player was located in the outpost when leaving the previous reserve. Dogs will now have fewer problems when navigating around rocks on newer reserves. The dog will show appropriate reverence for the Bangufa landmark on Sunderparton and wait patiently for the player outside the cave. We fixed an issue with the animations for the female bloodhound. Now on to missions. We fixed an issue where there was no audio associated with cleaning up trash during the Beauty of Nature mission on Emerald Coast, Australia. The animal in the last mission on Quattro Colinas will no longer become unresponsive to the player system. The EGS version of the game will no longer get stuck on the black screen while being run from outside the EGS launcher. Resolved a problem where discovering numerous need zones on a map could result in significant drop in FPS. Multiplayer, we fixed an issue with animation synchronization for the animals in multiplayer, changed numerous connection error messages to be more accurate. We addressed an issue that could occasionally cause the game to freeze and during host migration. World, we fixed some miscellaneous item placement issues in Sunderparton, Nepal and Emerald Coast, Australia. Resolved a problem in the generation of navigation paths where movable objects were creating unnecessary obstacles. We fixed a floating trash bin on Mississippi Acres Reserve and added some additional item placement improvements. An issue that could cause the player to be teleported to an unsafe location after running into water from a particular deck on Revertudy Coast was fixed. Now on to UI. Players who unlink their Apex Connect accounts should be prompted to restore them again when relaunching the game in the next 24 hours. We fixed an issue with eye reflections not showing up on the harvest screen resolved a problem where the main menu options for multiplayer and the DLC store wouldn't update accurately following a change in the network connection status. We fixed some landmark titles in the codex that were inconsistently capitalized. So there you go. That is the winter update. A lot there. I need a drink. Wet the throat. That was a lot of patch notes to go over, but that is the winter update, December the 3rd, out for the Hunter Call of War. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of the DLCs. Check out my videos if you haven't already seen them in the guides. Got a lot more coming for Southeastern Park. What an update, December the 3rd, 2024. So I'm Robert Chu. We've been looking at the winter update for the Hunter Call of War. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Have fun with the new update.